Aren't we all, right?
aliens,
Like Prometheus, the beginning,
UFOs.
right, Justin? That's how it all
Hell
started. He got
That's how
decomposed
it
in
all
the
starts.
ocean.
We are all aliens here.
damn right.
Episode 49, Metal Gets Me High. We got the same three hosts, and then we have a very special guest. We've got Miguel. Miguel is in Hatriot and has other credentials too that we'll talk about. What is up, Miguel?
What is up, guys? Thanks for having me. Really excited to just talk it over and chat about just a bunch of bullshit and whatever.
Shoot shit. I'm ready.
Shit.
That's all it is, man. Just people just nerding out over an aggressive, nerdy type of music. You know, what more can you ask for?
Oh yeah, it's just plenty of it, man. There's so many subgenres of it. It's just endless amount of goodies.
I think that's my favorite part is the subgenres.
Agreed.
The subgenres, yeah, 100%. It's so crazy that under this umbrella, there's so many different sounds that's still qualified as metal. They sound so different, but very similar. Yeah,
Totally agree, man.
Coming out.
It's awesome.
Well, Miguel, how did you get into heavy music? You know, like what was some of the first music that you got into and you ended up enjoying?
Oh man, it all started back in grade school, man. Got first introduced to the new what was it? Slipknot album in '99. I was just a young kid, like 7 years old. Self-titled album, sick.
Hell yeah.
What was it? Wait and Bleed was in it too. So I was a big Resident Evil fan as well, playing the video games and PlayStation 1. And then when I saw that come out with the movie, like I was just
Sold.
super blown away, man. It was awesome. So that was like the first introduction with that, and then tapped into like metalcore stuff as well. Like a lot of the metalcore riffs back then were like Avenged Sevenfold, Waking the Fallen. They had a lot of those riffs and stuff that I was like really into. And it just went. It started from there, man. That's great.
Dude, fuck yeah. We talked
sick.
highly of Avenged. We've been talking highly of them recently.
Oh, really? What do you guys think of that new album, man?
Al got loaded. He got baked. Yeah, tell the story. Tell the story.
I'll start, and for what it's worth, like I didn't like the singles to the stage, so I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even give the stage a chance. This album, one night I just got super stoned and was like, you know what? I'm gonna check out the new Avenged Sevenfold album. I checked it out and I ended up loving it because, like, to me, it was like Avenged Sevenfold doing like a Faith No More or like a Mr. Bump, like a Patton type project. So
Yeah.
I ended up loving it, and I've gone back to it. So I might
Yeah,
be in the
it
minority, but
Shocking to hear,
definitely
Al.
had it definitely had those vibes, man, and like it reminded me of the project him and the Rev had called Pinkly Smooth back in the day. I was like, there's a lot of freaking good riffs here. It was super different, but I loved it. It was definitely a ride to check the whole album out.
Yeah, I can't lie. I haven't had a chance to listen to it, but I take his word for it. I take his word. I haven't had a chance to do that yet.
And now Brad is like, that's his gateway band. That's his favorite band. So what'd you think, Brad?
Honestly, I didn't really like it, to be completely honest with you. Wasn't too much of a fan. You know, I'm just the guy that wants everything to sound like the fucking self-titled or Nightmare album. You know, I don't like when they change.
Yeah, those are a really great album for sure, especially the self-titled album.
Oh yeah, dude, I can listen to the self-titled like over and over again and not skip a single track.
And
he's not lying either.
I go back to Gunslinger all the time.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I'd have to agree with you on what was it? The stage. The stage was cool. It had some really great stuff. Mixing and the mastering was kind of like off for me. Like it was super low. It just I don't know. There was something weird about it. Great album, but just I didn't like the mix. It was just weird.
I didn't really give the stage
That's
a
fair.
chance either.
Another
Honestly.
band you touched on that's, I mean, it's hard. And sound, it's hard to, you know, kind of keep going back where it's like, man, am I gonna enjoy this?
Right.
Yeah, kind of shift with them. It's
But
hard.
the
to
other
shift with
band I want to touch on real quick is I'm a huge Slipknot fan. I have the original 9 members tattooed on me, Miguel.
Oh, sick.
And
that's awesome.
Like usually every Slipknot album, like whether I like the whole album or not, there's at least tracks that I really care for. This last album, I couldn't find anything that I liked at all. What'd you think about this this most recent album?
You know what? The only song that I checked out was that single where it starts off with Corey doing this like weird acapella thing. That one was cool, but still it didn't kind of drag me into the new album. So it's fair to say that I only checked out maybe 2 songs on the new album, then I checked out and checked something else out. So I'm gonna have to give that a listen.
Ooh, save yourself, brother.
Nothing.
Okay. My whole thing with it is it feels like a very forced album. Like I feel like they're like are going into like this very formulaic type thing where it's like heavy, singy chorus, heavy, and then, you know, it's like it just, you feel like you know where the song is gonna go rather than like it taking you somewhere else. That's
Right.
that's my favorite thing about Slipknot is usually there's a twist or a turn where you're like, oh shit. That's
Yeah,
just me.
yeah, I'd have to agree with that, man. Like the album that I think that like made like weird stuff like that, weird changes. I mean, it wasn't just like the self-titled or Iowa, but it was a Subliminal Verses. That one had like some weird new stuff that they were doing, but it took you on a journey.
You could follow along with the journey.
Agreed.
You were willing to hop on for the ride.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And
I couldn't
feel
even
like
tell you
that's
the
like the
name
first
of the album
album where
nor
they
a
were
song
like,
on
hey,
their new one.
You don't know the name?
I mean, they barely know it. They messed up on the first batch of vinyl, so you know, shit happens.
Hey, those might be worth some money.
Damn.
I think if I'm not mistaken, the album's called The End So Far, but the vinyls came
Far,
out
The End.
The End For Now.
Oh shit, you're right on that, huh? Wait, hold on.
Shit,
Is it
you
Mandela?
get some money.
A Mandela effect? What's going on? Hold on. That guy's
Is that the
hot.
Superior in your hand, Razor?
Of course, we got the aluminum bottles.
There you go.
You guys got me all fucked up right now. I'm checking Spotify.
The End For Now
Yeah,
is
it's
the
The
album.
End So Far, but the vinyl is messed up.
The End For Now.
I didn't buy the vinyl though. Unfortunately,
The End So Far.
it won't take up a spot in my vinyl collection.
Shit, that's funny.
Well, Miguel, as far as like you and your journey with heavy music, at what age did you decide like, hey, I'm gonna learn an instrument, and what would you say was like the catalyst for you picking up an instrument?
Various stuff. So at first, I actually surprisingly want to be a bass player. I picked up a bass around age 11, and just yeah, there you go, right on.
You got a bass.
Got a bass, and just follow the root notes and stuff. So I would learn by ear and just like jam to stuff, and I totally sucked back then, of course. So it's just like just jamming randomly. I didn't know tablature or anything, but I would listen to these music videos back in the day and Headbangers Ball, and I just like would just like try to follow along with my bass. And I want to say it was until I saw Avenged Sevenfold's fucking Unholy Confessions, the first riff where he came up with that fan, fucking just like nailed it on that Explorer or something, if I remember correctly. I was like, I need to learn that riff in the guitar.
You know what? You know what? It's funny that you say that because I just started playing the bass. Like I'm trying to learn, but I was really high at work, and I was sitting there, and on the showroom, the song "Freebird" came on, and I was just listening to that solo. I was like, I want to learn this on a guitar. I can buy a guitar.
Yeah. And it lifts off from there, man. Like, that was like the first introduction to like, okay, I want to pick this up. I want to pick up a new instrument and learn that riff. And that expanded to, okay, what shreddy stuff can I learn now? Okay, Kirk Hammett from Metallica. Fucking Metallica's awesome. I love the Black Album. I fucking love all of their shit. And Justice for All, I know a lot of people complain about not hearing the bass and stuff. Yeah, you totally can't hear the bass, but it has wonderful fucking guitar writing.
Oh my god, it's great. We just went into a whole Metallica thing not too long ago.
Did you guys?
I listened to all the albums for the first time ever, and I got a way deeper appreciation for Metallica, definitely.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you piece of shit.
Yeah, I wasn't a hater, but I was like,
this guy can tell you the fucking most underground band with fucking 3 monthly listeners, but he couldn't tell you any Metallica shit.
Shit.
Yeah, based upon the big three and stuff. Like, I'm sorry, David Ellefson. I know I just got off a tour with your thrash band and stuff, but I was always a Metallica fan instead of a Megadeth fan.
Hey, I mean,
that's fair.
You can't. Yeah, I don't fault you for that.
And Megadeth is tight though. They're dope, but
yeah, Megadeth was cool to see live.
I've always had the biggest hard on for Slayer.
Oh yeah, Slayer's sick. So Brad, you saw Megadeth live?
Yeah, we all three of us saw Megadeth live. It was the metal tour of the year, I think, like 2 years ago.
Hatebreed.
Hatebreed. Yeah. Who else
almost
was there?
2 years
was
ago. September 2021. Hatebreed, Trivium, Lamb of God,
Log.
and Megadeth.
Oh,
yeah.
Excellent bill.
Yeah,
that was a fun bill.
Seeing Mustaine just play live was just fun. I mean, his vocals were not like the loudest, but just watching him play guitar was fucking awesome.
We were fairly close too.
Did they have Did they have Chris Broderick then, or was he already in Flames?
Al?
No, so this was recent. We saw it was Kiko was playing guitar for them.
Oh, okay, right on.
Which, I mean, it was killer. That was our first time seeing Megadeth, and I'm just glad to be able to see them before Dave gets a little up there.
He's definitely getting up there, man. That's dope.
He still killed it though. When we watched him, I was surprised. I'm like, damn, this guy still has it. This guy's still going.
Yeah, he definitely knows how to his way around an axe. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So Miguel, at what point, like what age, did you decide like, hey, I'm gonna try to be in a band, and what was that first band?
Oh man, if my memory's accurate, first band was like a garage band. It was just a bunch of grade school friends getting together. We totally sucked ass. Most of our just progressions were power chords, maybe some of the metalcore, like 05, 07, 08 riffs. Yeah, it's definitely garage band for sure.
Did Ray how the fuck did you just light that with a torch?
Excellent guy.
My
it looked like he was lighting the fucking black cat over there. I was like, this thing's about to go off in
The
his
black
face.
cat.
Oh
that
man.
shit's so funny. Sorry, I didn't mean to distract you.
No, it's all good. That was kind of
flash
No,
across
you're
my
good.
screen.
dope
Shout
to
out
see,
baby
man.
Jeters.
Oh,
So,
that's great.
Oh,
you
man.
grew up in our area, which is cool. That's something we've been trying to do. Is we want to keep up with like the local scene. Growing up, when you're making your way through bands and whatnot, like did the Central Valley ever really have much of a scene?
Back then, yeah, you know what? Growing up and being in like around mid high school, like when I was like 16 and 17, we had a local band here called Cadaveric. So it was a just a deathcore, uh, black and deathcore band, and we had just different influences back in the day through like your Whitechapels, your Spawn of Possessions, like your Swedish technical death metal band, but blended in with like the deathcore element back in the day. But
Okay.
yeah, we had venues that were thriving here before, like the Modesto Virtual. I don't know if you guys ever went to a show there back in the day, but there was
No.
like acts like Whitechapel, Suffocation was there, the Faceless. Who else played? Chelsea Grin played there
Oh shit.
on their first demo, so it was definitely the venue to go to play.
Yeah, yeah. See, you know what? That's so
Okay.
cool that there was a scene in Modesto at one time. We started going to shows a little later, so we didn't get a chance to experience that. So like you were like you remember that the scene was like pop, it was it popping around here? Because we've heard from some other people we've had on from the area that it was like a pretty good scene. Like there was like good shows. It was fairly regular.
Oh yeah,
What happened?
oh yeah, totally. So like every Friday night, like we would plan something out with the friends and stuff,
Yeah.
like right after a whole week of school, and just like what shows are up and stuff. We'll look at the bill. I want to say back then it was MySpace. Checking out what bills were there, what promoters promoting what.
Yeah.
And yeah, the spots were the Modesto Virtual, always had an act on the weekends. Sometimes the workshop. Uh, I who else around the area? I want to say the Thunderdome over there, like close to Kernan Road. I don't know if you guys are
Yeah.
familiar over there, but I know there was a place
Yeah.
over there that did some
Okay.
stuff. But it was mostly those two, like the Modesto Virtual or the workshop, or I guess the younger crowd would go and check out shows. But it was a lot of fun. It was always popping. There's always something to do, and some like always check out what band is there. So
Yeah. It's cool that the metal scene was like that, right? I hear from what we've heard is like the hardcore scene. There's a small yet like solid group like for the hardcore scene right now in the Central Valley. I wish there
yeah,
was like a big like metal scene here that like not even big, just like a solid one.
yeah,
That's something that'd be
yeah.
cool to get back over here.
I want to say some of the kryptonite to that metal scene kind of dying was I would say the uplifting of that
Hardcore scene.
crowd. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And nothing against them or anything, but
Yeah.
there'd be
Just
times
switches.
where yeah, it was a switch. It's a different scene. There was a lot of tension. Something different
Yeah.
instead of I don't know. Maybe it was a mixture of just everybody was like young and didn't know what or how to
Well,
support each other or support the different stuff. So
yeah, that seems
maybe
to
that's what
be
the
like
downfall was. So
well that seems to be like a common theme is the hardcore scene clashing with the metal scene at like the local area. Like it seems like that's a story that's been told multiple times. So it's like it sucks that they can't coexist. Let's go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or fucking every other weekend. We'll switch scenes.
yeah, exactly. I don't know. Maybe that's what happened. I know there's different crews and stuff too with a bunch of beef. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
But when it was alive, it
As
was
far
great.
as your playing career, I'm sorry. Okay.
Go ahead.
What was
Oh,
the first show you played? And sorry, the delay's getting the
go.
best of us. But what
It's
was
all
the
good.
first
Go
show
ahead.
you played, and what was the band that you were playing with?
First show would be that local band I was telling you about. So it was Cadaveric. So I want to say we opened up for Chelsea Grin. So that was
Oh shit, that's dope.
yeah. So we were the opener for Chelsea Grin and the Modesto Virtual, if I remember correctly. I know we went up and that was like our first show, and we have some video somewhere. I forget where it is, but young kids playing some weird deathcore, blackened, freaking death metal, whatever
They have
mush. But it was a lot of fun.
hoods and white paint.
Corpse paint. Yeah, so
You
that was
got it sometimes. The corpse paint is fun, in my opinion.
sometimes you just got to put it on, huh?
Shit, that's funny.
Yeah, so that was our first show. So that was my first show in a local band. Fun experience. Looked up to those guys back in the day too. It was just like, we're playing with Chelsea Green. We were so excited. Just like, oh shit, and stuff. And then they were coming in hot for sure, even with the demo back then. And I mean, they're one of the biggest freaking metal bands in the world now.
What? Yeah, isn't it? Hold on, we saw Chelsea Grin not so long ago. They have a new singer. It was a different singer. Didn't they have a different singer?
No, he's
Yeah,
not
both
new.
front
Tom's
Am I
been in the
thinking?
band for a while, but he's
okay.
yeah. So Tom was originally the vocalist for Lorna Shore, and then he left Lorna Shore to join Chelsea Grin because Alex Kohler left, if I remember correctly.
Sorry, I have no memory.
Yeah, we know Razor.
Too many joints.
Too much mota.
Fucking
Too much
salmon
mota.
brain over here.
Too many dabs too.
Size of a fucking green pea.
Never again. I tried dabbing back in the day. Dude, I was like super stoned to the point where I couldn't even function.
Somebody screwed you over, bro. You got to take it at a good temperature, and you got to take a booger's worth. Tiny dabs, and it's like a bong hit.
This thing was massive.
It just globbed you, bro. They globbed you. They
this
shit and threw that in the fucking.
And we were supposed to go out to eat too. It was just like I dabbed it. It's like, all right, we're planning on going out to eat. Hell no! I was
You're
like,
so high you can't even eat. You're like,
I was like, I was like, dude, I need to go home.
I've been there.
I need the couch.
The couch, yes.
That's what I would call Kurt Cobain high. You're just fucking. just fucking.
Just blasted.
Just blasted. Oh shit.
So Miguel, how did you join Hatriot?
That's actually well, I joined the band back in the day. My best friend put a good word for me, and I tried out. So that was back in the day when Alex Bent from Trivium was in Hatriot. So we started jamming. And then one of my good friends here from Modesto, his name's Costa. He's in the band. So we just hit it off, and we did the one album all together with Steve Zetro Souza from Exodus. So that was before he was before he left, or should I say kicked out. Anyways.
Let's set the record straight here.
Right. So yeah, that was back. I want to say it was like 2011 or something when we wrote the first album. But yeah, that's my first introduction. So it was a group of friends, great friends, Alex Bent and Costa. Tried out for the band and got the gig. Wrote that first album, and then I shortly left after. like after that album and stuff. So, but then I rejoined recently with the guys. So I guess it started back in 2011.
Oh hell yeah! So
Sick.
it
Okay.
started then. You were with them for a while and you came back.
Yeah. So just after my departure, I did my own thing. Played more in the technical death metal scene with acts like Archaic.
Yeah.
And then I did some work with Suffocate from Oakland. So I did a single with them, left shortly after, and then rejoined Hatriot just recently.
Hell yeah.
Sick.
Was it
The
open arms when you
Suffocate
came back,
one
or
was
was
cool.
it tough?
Oh, what happened?
I said, was it open arms when you came back, or?
Yeah, so when I departed, we didn't leave like in bad blood or anything. It was just kind of, all right, let me do, I'm going to do my own thing. You guys do your own thing. It was more of like musical difference, trying out some stuff.
Yeah.
But we always just supported each other like family, supported them. They supported with my projects too. So we were all good terms and stuff. So it was kind of like fluid when I rejoined the band. When they asked me to, I was like, hell yeah, man,
It just
let's work together again.
gelled together immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's dope.
I've got to ask, like, being a younger guy, when you joined the band, what's it like kind of jumping into a band with Zetro Souza? Was that like a little intimidating at first?
Oh yeah, totally. So it was going from like a local band to just like, hey, try out for this band, and then trying out and getting the gig. I was just like, oh shit, the ex lead singer of Exodus is banned, don't fuck up.
Now, did you like do your tryout in front? Like, do you send in like a tape, or do you do it live in front of the band? How does that process work to try out for a band?
So the process has changed in time, but back then,
take a video and send it in.
so I remember that's what I had to do with Suffocate. That's how they wanted to check me out. So I did one of their songs from a Return to Despair, and got it that way. But with Hatriot back in the day, it was just you jam right in front of them. Like it was just okay.
So you had to do it in front of Zetra. You're like, he's watching.
Yes. Yeah, so it was like more of just like, okay, well, we have band practice. We have band practice this weekend. Make sure you make it and learn these songs. And it's just like there was no tablature or anything back then. It was just like,
you're like, all right,
it was like, okay,
let me put my headphones on and fucking
headphones. Listen to it like repeatedly until I get it right and stuff. Write the fine notes, and then just jam. So that's what I did in the first band practice, jammed, and I could just totally just like feel him looking at me. Like I was just like, oh shit.
My fucking glare burning it.
I was just like, am I fucking up too much or something? What does he think? And right after practice, after our first set and stuff, he really liked it. He was just like, amazing guitar player. He gave me all these compliments and stuff, and definitely humbled me, for sure. It's just like cool.
Yeah. Well, fucking hey, man, you deserve that shit. I mean, I was watching the video of you. We were talking earlier with Al, of you doing that song on YouTube. What song was it, Al?
Stab-Wound by Necrophages.
Yeah, Stab-Wound. I watched you play it with them, and I was like, Jesus Christ, he's fucking great. So
appreciate it, bro.
You deserve that shit, man.
Thank you, man.
That's one of those songs too, like, as just starting out playing guitar, where it's like, damn, I could fucking barely play AC/DC, and seeing someone, bust out Stab-Wound, you're just like, whew, I can't imagine doing that, but I want
to. Yeah, I remember when I first started to listen to technical death metal and stuff, Necrophages was one of them, and that fucking album, man. When I first listened to that fucking song, Stab-Wound, I was just like, dude, I would never in a million years like be able to play this. It's crazy, and it's just you work your way to it. You just start doing exercises, guitar exercises, and playing the riff, keep on doing it, repeating it, and then until you get it right.
Yeah, fucking A. That's
See, Al, don't
it's
give
all
up,
it's
man.
all the time. It's all
That's it.
time. You put in the time, you're gonna see the change.
It's a
crazy.
little like building the immunity, or I guess just the stamina for wax, huh? You can just keep on going, smoking the wax.
Oh,
Like if
dude, I could go all day.
yeah, you give me one of those, I'm
Well,
done.
you know what? You know what? My favorite. I think it's probably similar to this. I'm big Joe Rogan fan. I listen to him a lot, and he has this expression. He's like when uh, comparing like comedy to imagine building a mountain out of layers of paint, one layer at a time, and just like it's just the repetition, it's the hours. I feel like that applies to an instrument. It's like you
Yeah,
put in the
totally.
hours, and you're gonna build that layer that mountain one layer at a time, which it's just crazy to me how much time people put into the instruments.
Well, I'll keep on doing your thing with AC/DC covers. Next thing you know, you're gonna be doing that whole footed dance walk that homie does from AC/DC with the riffs.
Yes.
Is that Angus Young?
Yeah.
Are you gonna wear the hat
You
too,
spoke
Al?
about like hearing a riff. Oh yeah. You spoke about like hearing a riff and wanting to play it, and like that's how it's been. That's kind of how it was for me. There's two riffs off the top of my head. One would be "Unsilent Death" by Nails, and the other's "Toe Rope Around the Throat" by 200 Stab Wounds. Those two songs like really just planted the idea where like, dude, like I should learn how to fucking play that shit because I'd feel cool if I did that.
Right. And you'll definitely feel accomplished when you do, man. It's just like, hell yeah, fucking did it. Then you press record in the camera.
To
Then you
nerd
post
out,
it.
Yeah, once you look after
not there yet.
hours of
One day.
attempts.
Yeah, you'll get there for sure.
Just to get a little nerdy, like what kind of equipment do you use as far as like amps, your amp wise?
My current live setup right now is a Kemper Profiler. So I
Okay.
do have a profiler that has a 6505 plus emulated to it with all the bells and whistles on your front, like your overdrives, your noise suppressors, and all that fun jazz, EQs and compressors. But so for live rig, I am doing the Kemper Profiler with a power stage to power up my cab. And that's made by Seymour Duncan. And I'm rocking this wonderful guy right here live, which is Strandberg.
Those are so sick, man. I love those. Like without the headstock.
Yeah,
It's so dope.
definitely super comfortable to play. And like I was mentioning earlier, it does have that triangle or like trapezoid neck shape. So definitely comfortable live.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a pretty simple setup.
Like, man, I can't think of his name, but the guy from Born of Osiris, does he play that brand of guitar?
Oh, I think he plays Kiesel, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think he had a guitar when we saw them that looked similar, so I just came into my mind.
Yeah. Yeah, that guitar Kiesel makes some great guitars too.
Definitely. I see like that for those more specialized the guitar that like I'm enthralled by lately is the Dunables. Those things are freaking crazy, man.
Dunables, huh? Which ones are those?
Yeah. So it's a brand, Dunable. The guy who got me onto them is the guitarist from the band Undeath, Kyle. He plays one, and then the other guitar player Jared now plays one, and then Taylor and Colin Young, who are in a lot of big hardcore bands, just got their Dunables as well. They're a newer brand, but they're like super specialty guitars that you gotta like place an order. It takes 5 or 6 months to get in, and they're like freaking $4,000 or $5,000 guitars once you get them with all the
Damn
goodies.
nice guitar though.
It's like a mayonnaise or a mayonnaise guitar, however you pronounce it.
I love mayonnaise. I like
Yeah, definitely.
They're like $8,000 or something. It's crazy. They're nice guitars, but jeez.
Yo, $8,000. Better
I was
fucking
like,
massage my neck while I'm playing it.
yeah, I was like that, or get myself a cheap pickup truck.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right
$8,000 for a
about
guitar,
that,
that's a
man.
lot.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But like the people who are buying those types of guitars are lifers who, it, that's going to further their talent. It's only going to help them. Kirk Hammett went to $8,000 guitar. He's gonna buy a fucking $8,000 guitar.
Right. Exactly.
You can also afford one.
It's true.
If I could pull $8,000 right out of his ass.
Biggest band on earth. They're still selling like 10,000 copies a year of the fucking Black Album. All these years later. I mean, they're doing good.
It's totally insane, man, how much freaking merchandise and CD sales they move yearly.
Yeah, you got to give it to them, man. They put in
I
the
want
work
to see
back in
them
the day.
live so bad.
They are
But
the best marketing band.
Yeah.
They market themselves very well. They got their own fucking night at when the Giants play. They got fucking Metallica night. Come on.
That's
True.
right. Yeah, they
What
had
other band,
that.
What other band? Yeah, what other band does that?
And I don't know if you guys remember the rock station here locally, 96.7.
The
but
Metallica Drive at 5.
Yeah, they had Drive at 5, and they also had mandatory Metallica at 9 p.m.
Oh, they got the
That's true.
Sirius XM one week every like 6 months, mandatory Metallica, where they play 24/7 of Metallica, and that's why I didn't like Metallica for a while. I was like, I'm not listening. I listened enough on Sirius XM, but I listened to their albums. They're pretty damn good. I'll give it to them. They're pretty damn.
I mean,
good.
they also played Enter Sandman live for fucking Enter Sandman himself, Mariano Rivera, at Yankee Stadium.
That's pretty
That's
hard.
dope.
I want to see them live so bad. I just don't want to like pay $500 to see them from like the top row of a stadium. So that's my big problem with them. Yeah, at some point I'll see them live. I don't know when.
You better
I'm
hope.
And please play
Papa Heck quits doing
Harvester
benders.
of Sorrow if
No, he plays better when he does benders. He just has to get it out.
Yeah, I think the only way I would ever watch them live, because I can never afford their tickets, is if somebody gets famous or something and like I know them and they get me in. Like it's just like, hey, come hang out with us. And I'm just like, all right, yeah, let's go.
Hatfield, come chill.
Yeah. That's like the only way
it's
my
not
cheap
out of the
ass.
realm of possibility. You're in a Bay Area thrash band.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. There's like 1 degree of separation to Hetfield to you.
I fucking hope
There's
so.
like 1 degree. There's probably 1 degree.
Yeah,
you
1
just see
degree.
that one person. Maybe two. One most likely.
Right.
Shit.
As far as your relationship to metal, do you still like keep up with recent, new releases, or do you pretty much like stick to the stuff that you love and has formed you?
A mixture of both. It depends on what mood I'm in. Like everybody else, probably. They go back and listen to the stuff that makes them feel good or makes them feel comfortable. But no, I've been really digging into like new stuff and keeping an open mind to different.
Uh-oh.
Technical difficulty, but it's okay.
Uh-oh. Well, we'll hold it
Someone
down
pulled the
for a
plug.
moment.
He'll be back in. It's all good. It's okay. You know what time it is?
Are we live
It's
or is this
dab time.
being recorded?
It's live, brother.
Oh,
Is
he's
it?
back. He's back.
I think I'm back.
Uh-oh.
we're doing dab time.
Yeah, you're back. We got you.
Where was I? I forget.
You were saying how you have a good like medium of going back to the music that you enjoy, but also kind of keeping up with some newer stuff.
Oh yeah, and also keeping like a open mindset too. Just for reference or for example, like the new Avenged Sevenfold album, I was just like, all right, let's keep an open mind to this, and it's just like it's good, and I've been listening to it like pretty much nonstop. It's one of my favorite albums right now, and it's super different from like my Behemoths, my Dima Borgers, all that stuff, But right, but it's always good to tap in, what's new, what's hot.
For sure, you want to stick to your roots. You want to make sure that you stick close to them. Sorry, I just dabbed him.
Oh, we can see with it muted. You look like you're performing sign language.
All right, we're good to go. Can you hear me now?
We're good.
Was I deaf for a second?
So Miguel, I see you like black metal, which that's freaking sick. I love black metal myself. I'm Bathory and Emperor are like my 1A, 1B. But we just saw a band recently called Black Braid. Man, killer freaking black metal band. I recommend them if you haven't checked them out. What's cool about them is it started as a yeah, it happens. It started as a one-man project, and then the guy turned it into a band, and he's Native American, so like a lot of the music ties into that. It's
sick.
Absolutely killer.
Yeah, I love that stuff.
Yeah,
I haven't checked out. You said it was Black Braid, right?
Yeah,
I haven't checked them out yet. I'm
Black
definitely
Braid.
gonna make a note. Yeah, I'm gonna make a note to check them out. But I have to agree with Emperor, man. That's one of my favorite black metal bands. I Am the Black Wizards. Amazing.
Honestly, that's like whenever the cold comes, that album, I listen to that album all the time. It's like
Totally.
What I look forward to on a day off is cold day, black coffee, some Emperor, and freaking a little bit of a blunt. That's the best.
I got blown into a different dimension. God damn.
You look like you came back from a different dimension.
Oh shit!
He looks like the aliens behind him.
Yeah, I feel like this little bastard right now.
Well, I will. We'll start. We'll start winding it down a little. I have a couple more for you, Miguel. As far as like if somebody is trying to get into newer music and came to you, what are some things that you would recommend to somebody who may be open to heavy music to get them started?
Oh, just the basics, giving them some good references on just the different type of genres that they're really interested in. Give them some good references on there. Spotify links always helps. I'm more of the how can I help that band? So I would highly recommend them. Like, yeah, check them out on Spotify if you have Spotify. But if you really like them, support them. Get a CD, get vinyl, get some merchandise and stuff because it's definitely a competitive market, and these guys, most of these guys, it's hard to make a living out of it, so support them so
Yeah.
they can keep on making brutal music or amazing music that you enjoy, so you can enjoy more of it.
Speaking of Spotify, one of my favorite like new features that they do now, is if you're listening to a band, it'll show you their nearest shows. So if they have a show in the
Oh.
area, it'll tell you, even if it's like a smaller band. I think I saw it for Sing the Sugabog. It had like, they're gonna be here, like, at their nearest one. So that's one of my favorite features that they have now, for sure. I don't know, what you have to do to get that as a band, but any bands that do that, it's really cool, because I'm able to. I'm like, oh shit, they're going to be near us soon. So I think
Yeah,
that's really
I
cool.
think I think I seen that feature. I want to say we have that feature too in Spotify. I know we have it in FM music management, our management team. So they
Okay.
post our dates and stuff. So, but I think I saw something about checking these bands out and stuff on my Spotify, and like, oh, they're going to be
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. I think that's
But
so cool.
yeah, I want to say I was listening to Vital Remains. I want to say like yesterday, and they're playing a show. I
Okay.
want to say August or something, like some death
Yeah.
fest.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, they're still fucking playing shows. That's dope.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
sick.
Fuck yeah. Yeah. I think that's so cool.
I got two more for you. One is what's it like seeing people react to like something that you create, whether it's you creating the music in person, or you playing on the album. What's that like for you as an artist?
It's very humbling that somebody would take time out of their day to check it out or say something nice, or some type of even if it's like criticizing and saying something. I definitely appreciate all of it. It's like one of those things where it's just like it humbles me if it's something good, or if it's something like I could do something better. Then it's like, oh yeah, totally, I need to work something on that. But it's definitely humbling overall. It's crazy.
That's awesome.
Dude, that's so cool to hear. That even with the negative, you turn it into a positive. That's sick, man.
Yeah.
You have to, man. It's like, how else am I gonna get better? It's just like work on my craft.
Yeah.
True.
And it's funny because like just the music in general is very angry, so it makes sense that there's always going to be people being negative about the music. Because I've tried to change my brain to I listen to music where I'm like, dude, this is fucking shit, but the reality is like it's good. It's just it's not for me, and that's really
Right.
something I try to like keep in my mind. I don't want to shit on something that somebody put their life into. Like it's just not for me.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Unless they're making millions and millions of dollars and it's free game, then you get to make fun of them. My opinion.
That was pretty good. That's pretty good.
Hey, hold on. Look. You know what that was?
Load and reload
That was my
exist.
2 cents. Shit, sorry. That was the joint talking.
That was me. That was the joint, guys.
Last thing I've got for you, Miguel, is how does metal get you high?
How does it get me high? I would say through my playing. So with music, mostly metal, when I'm jamming to it, I just get lost, like getting lost in a blunt or getting lost taking a dab or something. It's just like it puts me in another realm. And it's pretty much my happy place, man. It's just like I love this dimension. And it's a creative dimension that I would like to stay there forever, pretty much. But you got to come back to reality sometimes afterwards when you're just hammering it down. So I would say that's how metal gets me high.
Hell yeah, I like that.
Dude, I love that because no one has said that, but even it kind of brought like the other night. I got home. It was like 9 o'clock. I hung out with my girl, went to work, and I didn't want to play guitar. And I was like, no, you got to do it, man. Like you got to practice. So I picked it up, and the next thing you know, it's midnight, and I played for 3 hours. And I was like, dude, like imagine if I didn't do that. Like that, I would have missed out on like this 3 hours where I was having so fun that I didn't even know what time it was. So
Exactly.
that's cool to hear.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, do you have like any tour dates or anything upcoming that you want to plug?
So we have a show booked in Petaluma. I want to say Petaluma, California.
Petaluma?
Yeah, Petaluma. I want to say it's
Yep.
called the Phoenix Theater. We're gonna play that on August 11th, if I remember correctly. So make sure to check that out. Come out if you can. I'd greatly appreciate it. We have a couple more stuff coming, but I can't say anything. So just look out, keep an eye out. But yeah, it's definitely exciting stuff. And then we're working on new material. So just keep an eye out, keep your ears open. It'll be out soon.
Hell
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
man. I'm
I got a
excited to
Yo,
hear what's
I'll check
coming.
that out.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Brad.
Your guys' merch shirts, are they Gildan or are they comfort colors?
You know what? That is a good question. Here, hang on a second.
It's a great question, actually. You know what? Gildan gang till I die, bro. The first thing you do, you reach back and rip off that tag.
That's probably what I did with this bad boy right here.
Yeah, see, you feel that? Hey, it doesn't have a tag, it's Gildan, bro. You fucking.
I was like, "Where's the
right
tag?"
off.
You just rip it off.
You just fucking.
I want to say the newer shirts
Alright.
are comfort. So
I still got my
Oh, perfect.
yeah, so that's the newer design. So if you go onto
I like the
our
Gildan. I like the gritty feel. It's my favorite.
our shop and stuff, so if you go to our
Where's your
shop,
shop
we have some
located?
tuners. If you go to the Hatriot IG, it's
The
right
link
there. The
tree.
first
We have
link.
the link tree in the bio. So if they click the bio, you can hit the link tree for Hatriot. Everything, if it's all there.
Yeah.
We got you. We
Cool.
came
Awesome.
prepared.
The only reason I ask is, the comfort colors are a little bit nicer for the chunky fellas like myself.
Oh no, I totally get it. No, we like catering to that demographic as well, man. There's some great, nice
shout
looking,
out.
juicy guys out there too. So it's just like we need to make
Shout
sure
out
they're
the
I can
nice
run
and
in a
comfortable.
circle, bro. I just need the shirt to fit.
Yeah.
We need enough
well,
X's
dope.
in this.
Thank
bitch.
you for joining us. We really appreciate it. I look forward to seeing the riff of the day. That's always fun.
Cool. Thanks for checking it out, man. I'm trying to start it again and stuff. So
Fucking
Sick,
A,
man. Well, we really time, and we'll definitely try to hit that show. We love us some thrash metal, so we'll try to make
Yeah,
that
man.
happen.
Thanks for
Hell yeah,
coming
guys.
on, man. We appreciate it.
yeah, appreciate the invite. It was a lot of fun. So we'll definitely see you guys around.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
for
have a
sure.
good night,
Hell yeah.
man.
Have a good one, guys.
All right, later.